with Greg Ehrbar, the author of Hanna-Barbera, The Recorded History. And up next, we're watching A Christmas Story from 1972. And as I understand it, this is a real kind of rarity in the catalog of Hanna-Barbera films. Could you talk about what makes this one unique?
Well, first of all, it's not The Christmas Story with Darren McGavin and Melinda Dillon and Peter Billingsley. It's very different. It's a sweet little animated half hour that was made when Hanna-Barbera had become another company. And in this case, this is after Taft Broadcasting had purchased them in late 1966. And Taft's hands-off attitude was very respectful of the artists and the creatives there. Taft's only instance was, you can't spend as much money on these things as you used to. One of the reasons the early stuff was as over-the-moon cool as it was is because these were largely artists that didn't really always, I mean, they would run out of money in a project, for sure, but everything they did was very expensive.
That's not a bad situation to just go over budget.
No, but Taft was a broadcasting company, and what Taft offered was, Bill and Joe, continue to do what you do, studio, run the way you want to run. We will keep an eye on the books a little bit, but what they also brought them was worldwide distribution, because syndication and distribution was the thing in the late 60s and into the early 70s. It's when Gilligan's Island was everywhere, you know, and people suddenly were shocked that a series that thought, oh, we're going to do this and no one will ever watch it again, is going to be forever run.
Just live on and on and on.
Yes. Yeah. And so they started doing that more, and this was the first year they had a syndicated series, also in 72, called Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, which it's being shown now, actually, and people are rediscovering it. This show falls into that category. The local stations would buy the rights to it from Taft or from World Vision, which was a part of Taft. And they were also made into 16mm films, along with another cartoon they did around this time called Silent Night, Holy Night, which was animated at their Australian studio, because of the huge amount of work, they had to start going outside. They didn't outsource at first as much as some did. It became a necessity, and that's a whole other discussion.
What do you mean, outsource?
Outsource means that if the animation, because of the costs and because of the amount of people it takes to get the material done, it's done in other countries. But it's also a cost issue, because a show like the Jay Ward, Rocky and Bullwinkle shows, those were made in Mexico from day one, because it made the series less expensive, and that was General Mills financing it. But if the scripts were great, which they were, you could overlook the fact that it was kind of very basic animation. In the case of Australia, that was slowly starting to match what Hanna-Barbera was doing in Hollywood.
I see.
So, and Bill had spent months out there helping to train and start the studio. So that was Silent Night, Holy Night. This was, and Wait Till Your Father Gets Home was also sometimes made out there too. A Christmas Story was made largely by the studio. It was a very sweet, aimed at kids cartoon. And it was also during what they called the primetime fringe time. And now it's the Jeopardy Wheel of Fortune time. Those are the sort of survivors of that era. So original programming like this was created, and this was done for and I'm going to tell you after a little thing about, it was probably sponsored by local companies for the local station, and you'll notice a strange thing in this film that I'll explain later why that's there. But it's a simple story. If you've seen Cause for Alarm with Loretta Young, or the various sitcoms that did the same story where a letter gets mailed and it has to be retrieved at all costs, this is just the opposite. And it takes a adorable dog and mouse, Dawes Butler again playing the little mouse, doing his Elroy Oggy Doggy kind of voice.
Come on, let's go find Santa.
Yeah, let's go find Santa.
And Paul Winchell, who had become quite a staple of Hanna-Barbera, especially playing Dick Dastardly on Wacky Races. And a lot of cute songs that I'll also tell you about.
A lot of very cute songs, and amazing talent once again. Well, thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you.
Let's take a look from 1972. Here is A Christmas Story.
to say it's Christmas. Children sing the song of Christmas. Santa bring